Now, the left is flipping out over this CNN town hall tomorrow night. Charlie Sykes is a never-Trumper, former radio host from the Bulwark. Here was Charlie yesterday on MSNBC complaining about CNN treating Trump like a legitimate candidate. I mean, to me, honestly, even as I formed those words, there's a whole consortium of Trump haters who can't believe that anyone would treat a legitimate candidate like a legitimate candidate. Hate to break it to Charlie Sykes, Trump is a legitimate candidate. I hate to break it to Joy Reid. She's flipping out over at MSNBC. They can't believe there's going to be a town hall tomorrow night on CNN, of all places. Now, before we get the ticker tape parade material ready for CNN, I think they're setting him up. I think this is going to be a disaster. In fact, he even predicts it might be. He sent out a post this morning on his social media site, Truth Social. And he basically said, this could either be great for CNN or a disaster for me. Here was Charlie Sykes yesterday, the never-Trumper Republican on MSNBC.
Well, it feels like horrifically bad judgment to me. Let's be clear about this. This is not journalism. This is entertainment. In journalism, you actually will control with the questions and the answers, and you will have some sort of a filter for misinformation. CNN will not be able to filter or control the disinformation that Donald Trump puts out on the air live. And CNN that will not even be able to control the kinds of issues that are talked about. In journalism, you would ask him about the 26 women who've alleged sexual assault. You would ask him about whether or not he believes that the Constitution should be terminated. You would ask him about January 6th. You would ask him about pardoning the people that attacked the police officers.
Now, I'm not saying this to attack Charlie. I've talked to him before. I think he's a decent guy. He was a talented talk show host. Isn't it wild how Trump breaks people? That's a smart guy trying to pretend that a legitimate candidate is not a legitimate candidate. See, this is the dilemma that the never-Trumpers have to contend with. They've got to pretend that the front-running candidate on the Republican Party side, clearly by definition who is a legitimate candidate, isn't a legitimate candidate. Trump is so bad, he's illegitimate. Now, I get that that's how Charlie Sykes sees it. I realize that to the never-Trumpers, Trump is so bad in their minds that he's not a legitimate candidate. But smart people come across as absolute feckless morons when they pretend that the guy who leads in all the polling and is the Republican Party frontrunner by a mile isn't a legitimate candidate worthy of a town hall platform on CNN. This is crazy. And it goes back to, I'm sorry to use a tired old expression, Trump derangement syndrome, but it does break people. It makes otherwise smart people look like they're practically mental patients. Can you imagine going on TV and acting like Trump isn't a legitimate political candidate because you don't like him? I mean, I don't even know where to go with this.